Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, August 11th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Big news in the economic markets. Overnight, China devalued its currency, the renminbi. They dropped it by about 2%, so it's 2% weaker against the dollar now. This has spurred a big tumble in trading on global stock markets because of fears that Chinese growth is not going to anywhere near approach the projected governmental goal of 7% economic growth for the year. A steep drop in the Chinese stock markets earlier in the summer was halted only by aggressive action by the government, but it appears to have dented consumer demand within China. Ford China, for example, noted that its sales fell 6% last month compared with July of last year. The devaluation, of course, is a big concern for the American government and for other governments, because what it means is that Chinese goods are going to be even more competitive in the United States and Europe, because the value of the Chinese currency is going to be lower. Meanwhile, the Environmental Protection Administration has admitted that because of their actions, two rivers in Colorado and New Mexico have been hit by contamination from toxic wastewater spilled by a defunct gold mine. Those rivers are going to be closed to drinking water and irrigation intakes for at least another week. The San Juan River and its northern tributary, the Animas River, have been fouled by the release of more than 3 million gallons of acid mine drainage, inadvertently triggered by a team of EPA workers last week. The discharge continues to flow as we speak at the rate of about 500 gallons a minute, and the discharge contains heavy metals such as arsenic, mercury, and lead. The concern is that even once the discharge has stopped, the heaviness of the elements being discharged are going to be residing at the bottom of the rivers and will take a considerable amount of time to dissipate. The Japanese government has restarted a nuclear reactor for the first time since the Fukushima earthquake in 2011. The government is seeking to reassure a nervous public that the industry is now safe with the new enhanced industry standards that the government's put in place. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe wants the reactors to be switched on again to cut fuel bills. However, public opinion polls show that the majority of people still oppose the move after the nuclear crisis caused by the earthquake. Kyushu Electric Power began the restart today of the #1 reactor at its Sendai plant, about 600 miles southwest of Tokyo. This is a 31-year-old reactor. It's now operating under tougher post-Fukushima safety rules. Commercial operations are beginning next month. The head of Japan's atomic watchdog agency said that the new safety rules meant that a repeat of the Fukushima disaster would not happen. Here's interesting news. Dutch prosecutors said today they found what they believe could be parts of a Buk missile system at the site in eastern Ukraine where Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 was brought down last year. The announcement represents the first time prosecutors have confirmed possible physical evidence of a missile bringing down the plane, which killed all 298 people aboard. The global insurance and reinsurance industry will pay for an above-average percentage of economic losses from natural catastrophes and man-made disasters for the first half of 2015, according to Swiss Re. The firm's recent Sigma report highlights the results of the first half of 2015. There were $37 billion of economic losses from disasters and CATs, of which the insurance and reinsurance industry is expected to cover nearly 45%, or about $16.5 billion. This is a higher proportion of losses than the reinsurance and insurance sector has usually been responsible for, with the average over the last 10 years coming out at 27%. So you can look at it this way. One of the things that the industry has been striving to do is to offer more new products that will cover more economic losses. So presumably somewhere somebody is getting enough premium to pay this increased payout. An underground explosion has left parts of downtown Edmonton, Canada without power. According to authorities there, underground work was being done when an explosion occurred after some gas was released last night. About 1,000 customers in the downtown area remain without power as of this time. And 3 men were injured, one of them critically, after an explosion and flash fire yesterday morning at an oil facility in Wyoming occurred. A spokesperson for Laramie County's fire district said the 3 men were welding at the time of the blaze, and she said it looks like it was natural gas that was ignited. They probably hit a natural gas line. The blaze happened at a facility owned by the Tulsa, Oklahoma-based Kaiser Francis Oil Company. The site was about 15 miles northeast of Cheyenne, Wyoming. We've often talked about how you can't dig a hole just about anywhere in the United States without hitting a gas line. Apparently, that may have been what happened out here. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.